You broke the internet with the collection alone, but I think you also won what they call the celebrity guest sweepstakes, the Duchess of Sussex there, in two custom looks, one white, one black. How did that happen?
Pierpaolo Piccioli's interview with The Cut revealed something quite powerful. Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, didn't just attend his Balenciaga debut. She became part of its story. According to Piccioli, her presence wasn't planned, wasn't publicized, and wasn't orchestrated for attention. She simply showed up, and in doing so, changed the entire tone of the moment. What makes it even more remarkable is that this is Meghan's first ever fashion show. After years of being one of the most talked about women in fashion, she had never sat front row at any runway. Not Dior, not Givenchy, not Valentino. So when she finally decided to appear at one, it was for Piccioli. That alone speaks volumes about the mutual respect between the two of them. Piccioli said Meghan reached out to him years ago. They've kept in touch ever since. And he didn't tell anyone she was coming because he wanted it to be a surprise. That alone says a lot. She was there as a friend, as a supporter, as a woman deeply respected by one of fashion's most humanistic designers. And that's what made it special. No leaks, no PR spin, no insider gossip. Just authenticity. Meghan showed up quietly, elegantly, and the world noticed anyway. That's what you call global influence. Piccioli even reflected on how people feel protective over her, how the public holds affection for Meghan after everything she's endured. He said, quote, "Whether it's true or not, that somehow maybe things didn't end so well when you left your last job," end quote. That's empathy. That's humanity. And that's exactly why the connection between the Duchess and Piccioli feels real. Two people who led with emotion and art, rather than noise and ego. Meghan didn't need to walk the runway to dominate the room. Her first ever fashion show appearance became a global headline, not because she tried to make one, because her presence carried weight. It was about reinvention, respect, and quiet power. This wasn't a celebrity cameo. It was a statement. Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, continues to redefine what influence looks like, showing up once, silently, and making the whole world pause.
Hey everyone, it's Adrian, and welcome back to Meghan and Harry Tales. Now, unless you've been completely off the grid, or too busy scrolling through Piers Morgan's latest rant, you've definitely seen those photos. Meghan Markle, now Meghan Sussex, just made Paris Fashion Week her runway. And she didn't even have to say a single word. No royal announcement, no dramatic red carpet entrance. Just quiet power, timeless style, and two jaw-dropping looks that had the entire internet losing its mind. And let me tell you, Paris didn't just see Meghan. They felt her. So here's what really went down. While influencers and celebs were tripping over themselves to get front row seats and selfies, Meghan did what she always does best. She showed up unbothered, effortlessly elegant, and completely in her own lane. Designer Pierpaolo Piccioli, the creative heart of Valentino, didn't send out a massive press release or tease her appearance. Meghan wasn't there for a PR stunt or to make some grand royal statement. Nope, she showed up for one simple reason: friendship. In an industry where genuine relationships are rare, Meghan's connection with Pierpaolo stands out. The two have known each other for years and stayed in touch long before this event. No entourage, no secret agenda, just mutual respect. And according to insiders, even the designer himself didn't tell anyone she was coming. He wanted her arrival to be a surprise. And oh, what a surprise it was. What made this so powerful wasn't just the fashion, it was the message. Meghan didn't need to walk the runway. Her presence was the headline. She reminded everyone that influence doesn't come from noise or titles. It comes from grace, authenticity, and quiet confidence. Her arrival spoke volumes about who she is now, a woman completely at peace with her own power. And fun fact, this was actually Meghan's first ever front row fashion show. Despite being one of the most talked about women in fashion for years, she had never made that kind of appearance. Not Dior, not Givenchy, not Valentino until now. When she finally decided to attend, she chose a designer who leads with humility and artistry, not ego. That's the kind of move that screams confidence. Of course, the British tabloids couldn't resist. They immediately spun up their usual nonsense. Was this a snub to Kate? Is Meghan rebranding herself? Was the black and white outfit some secret royal code? Please, sometimes black and white just means classic and chic, not revenge message decoded. While the press twisted themselves into knots, Pierpaolo Piccioli basically said, "Relax, she's my friend. We enjoy working together. That's all." Not everything Meghan does is a calculated move. Sometimes it's simply about creativity, collaboration, and genuine human connection. But of course, that kind of normalcy doesn't sell papers, does it? Meghan didn't need to speak to reclaim her narrative. Her silence in Paris said it all. No palace-approved press photos, no stage smiles, just Meghan, confident, centered, glowing. She proved once again that you don't need a title to command attention. Influence isn't about who shouts the loudest, it's about who makes people listen without saying a word. And honestly, nobody wears that kind of impact better than Meghan. What this moment really represented was freedom. Meghan wasn't in that front row to prove anything to anyone. She was there because she wanted to be. Period. That's what makes her unstoppable. The same strength and independence that's carried her and Prince Harry through every storm, every smear campaign, every headline, every attempt to tear them down. No matter how hard people try to script her story, Meghan writes her own. And Paris Fashion Week was just another chapter 1 where the world had to adjust its spotlight to her terms. So the next time you see a tabloid headline twisting Meghan's every move into royal drama, remember this: she doesn't need the palace's permission to shine. She's already out here living her truth, thriving, inspiring, and showing what it means to have power with purpose. Meghan isn't playing the game anymore, she's rewriting it. And she's doing it with style, grace, and that unmistakable sparkle that no crown could ever outshine. If you loved this deep dive and want more honest, unfiltered takes on Meghan and Harry's journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for updates. And tell me in the comments, what was your favourite Meghan moment from Paris Fashion Week? Because something tells me this is just the beginning.